Puktas is an isolated region in the hinterlands of Lasul Binding local level government in East New Britain province. The area is so remote with its people undergoing a transition from a traditional to modern life. Bad road infrastructures, poor health and education services remained a harsh reality for the people here. But despite these challenges happening around them, the Puktas people are aware about the impacts of logging, oil palm and even climate change, the factors they considered as a threat to their daily lives and their future generations. The Puktas people make up a smaller portion of the Binding people, the traditional inhabitants of East New Britain province who were forced to migrate inland in the past due to traditional warfare over land ownership. In 2012, when the government announced the concept of indigenous landowner groups, elders of various tribes within Puktas blended together and formed their group and called it Puktas Incorporated Land Group. The chairman of the ILG, Peter Kanama, tells me they worry about the future of their children, they worry about land conservation, and they worry about their children becoming landless.
Livelihood na, just la life where all people have been living, and by that narflakai luklungan. Where me play looking na me play experiencing all narflak.
When the group was formed, their leaders have made rules that certain developments won't happen on their customary land, as they consider them as destructive and has no long-term benefits to their lives.
Before logging has been stopped long, it's been heavily harvesting the slab. We've been looking more it's been got all malpractices and all mismanagement within forest logging sector. Now me come now me stopping more or something.
In 2016, when the PNG Forest Authority announced their plans to plant trees to regain forest covers in the country, the Puktas people put their hands up to have the project tested on their customary land. It's a plan called Painim Graun na Planim Diwai, a policy initiated by the PNG Forest Authority to regain forests that have been lost through logging, migration of people and other developments.
The government under the 2050 vision has given us, PNG Forest Authority, a target of 800,000 hectares of forest plantations that must be established by 2050. And that is the target.
The Puktas people has dedicated at least 10,000 hectares of their customary land to this reforestation program. This is a portion of the 10,000 hectares that has just been planted with young trees, with a vast area yet to be planted. The PNG Forest Authority hopes to negotiate with other landowner groups in other parts of the country and plant at least 1,000 hectares of trees on their customary land every year, so that by year 2050, the primary goal of planting 800,000 hectares of forest will be achieved. Edwin Fidelis, National EMTV News, Kokopo.